Good day, everyone, and welcome to episode 53 in our series on Mad Tower Tycoon. And we're here in the apartment block that we set up, and we were on the 93rd floor. And as you recall from the last episode, I went ahead and built this area, filling it in with wonderful apartments, fire doors, adding the 3 lift wells, and we got up to 3 floors from the top. So we've got, now if I remember this correctly, it is 98, 99 and 100, which is actually B for proprietary? Pomegranate? Oh, maybe the name of a men's only magazine from the 60s and 70s called Penthouse? Guessing? Just guessing there. Anyway, we're up there, and the plan was that I would build this up and then we would come back and do the last 3 floors together. However, in the interim, while I was working off camera, I first of all need to let you know that we now earn in rent from our properties over $1 million a day. So that's pretty fancy. I also added some extra stuff over here in the office area. Went up from the sky lobby up to the top, added a few things in there, all good. And I did some more hotelage over here while we were waiting around. We also have a new level to go up, and I am very keen on the one that we saw last time, which is this one, the Architect. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No construction job is too big for our guys. So we need to go up to the penthouse. But before we do that, we also need to add the balconies to our large units. Large units only, thank you, large units. You're not a large unit, you're a large unit. And as are you and you. Right. So just bringing this up here. Oh, no, thank you, large. Large. Okay, that's that. Now, the question remains, what are we going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. We're one off the top of the penthouse. Okay, so first of all, I think what we need to do is think this through a minute. We have a rooftop terrace. We have a rooftop terrace. And we have a lobby top up. Now, we have bridges, sky lobbies, right. So we have a rooftop terrace. So I think what we should do is stagger the last 3 floors of our building. Now we also have some other stuff that we can add, which is over here. One of which is a radio tower. Hooly dooly. You are an unpleasant looking piece of material, aren't you? I don't think you're going to fit up there anyway. And I don't want to put you in just in case. Maybe I'll put you on the next one down, but that's an interesting looking thing, isn't it? And some solar panels. I'm tempted to put in the solar panels, but I'm not going to. And actually, one more question for you. Plus 3,000 multimedia for internet and TV, no renovation, will be built immediately, right? Plus 80 electricity, plus 50 per day. Solar power systems are needed to handle enough electricity. Well, Sure. Okay, but not on this one. This one is going to be for our pristine dwellers, and we also want to be charging premium rents for this. So we don't want any mucking around with that sort of thing. So I think we should start off by putting in a couple of rooftop terraces. Right. Sure. Then I think maybe a couple of large apartments. Wonder if you can put rooftop terraces, but I wonder if you can. No, because then you wouldn't be able to put, would you? Could you build on top of a rooftop terrace? He said, umming and ahhing to himself, and the answer was no, you can't. Okay, so we won't do that. So we might just want to put in maybe a couple of mediums. We'll leave some space in there. And then we might even put, no, we won't put anything in the middle there. Now what we could do is put another, now that could be a thing, couldn't it? We could put a couple more rooftop terraces, maybe 3. Right, at each end. Because having never put in rooftop terraces before, I'm unsure as to how well they're going to go. But we are going to find out. And you know what? We could do this as well. No, we couldn't do that because apparently it doesn't like it when I don't have stuff in the middle here. Maybe we should put middles in because of the noise issue. What do you guys think about that? I think that's what we're going to do. And I think right at the very top, we're just going to have one. Up, one. Actually, we'll get 2. We'll get 2 in. One, two, 1, 2. Get 2 in. Now, this is going to be a good question, actually. I think this is the 3-by lift, right? Yes, it is. And the answer is no. Okay, what if we put... See, this is where I want to get a bit tricky. I want to put the rooftop terrace in there. And I want to put the lifts in so that people get out at the rooftop terrace. Yes. I'm going to add like lots of rooftop terrace over there and lots of rooftop terrace over there. And we are there, except for one small problem, and that is that all this is in the wrong place. So we're going to have to double up on our services just down there, because, so hang on a minute. Now we need, no, we don't need that. We need the laundrette. I might as well put it over here actually. The shelter, and then the medical centre. And a restaurant. Oh, that's not a restaurant. Now we put a coffee shop over there. Maybe, now what? Maximum 5, maximum 5. I think we should probably go Chinese. Sorry, Italian. Right there. Very good. Okay. Welcome to the roof of the world, everybody. Now, while that's going on, oh, I didn't put our lobby, our balcony over here on that guy. Okay. While that's going on, we have got next door to think about, and what I think I would like to do is experiment with this bridge thing that I keep seeing here. And I don't know, you can't bridge a sky lobby. Well, isn't that an interesting feature? You can't bridge a sky lobby. Okay, well. Whoa, I don't think I wanted to do that. No, I don't think I wanted to do that, frankly. But I do want to put another building in there. Now, this is not a bad layout per se. So I think I would keep this layout particularly. So in terms of how wide this is, I can't. 1, 2, 3. Well, here we go with the counting again. You know what? Let's just start it off. How far out do we want to go? That's more interesting. I don't know. How about there? Let's start it off. That's not a sky lobby. Is it? No. Oh, I got the bridge. Well, that's an interesting thing. All right, let's get rid of the bridge. Gosh, look, it just as well we had $33 million in the bank, because we're blowing it hugely at the minute. Right, now you're a sky lobby. Right, sky lobby. And then straight above the sky lobby is where the real work starts. So I'm going to put the bridge, which we can't put on the sky lobby, but I can put there. Like so, which is a pretty neat feature actually. And then we're going to start building out the same model that we used over here, over there. So it's, large one, medium, right, here we go, large, a soundproof barrier, and a medium. Large soundproof barrier. Don't think I'm going to get the medium in somehow. Oh, no, missed by one. Can you believe it? Just one. Okay, we're not going to fit anything else on the end of this either, I don't think. Sky Lobby. Right. Then what have we got? Then we've got a gap, a fire door. Okay, well we can, so far we're on board. A gap and a fire door. Right. Okay, well, there is no, okay, let's just, so if I go at least, well, you know what, it might even run to the end of the, actually let's run it to almost to the end. I think that's going to be at least safe. Sky Lobby. Okay. So what have we got going on in here? I think we could count them. A gap, and that, and a gap, right. A gap, the waiting room, and then that, and then getting there, the door of fire. There it is. A gap and a medium. A soundproof barrier. Oh, I wonder if we're going to make it. No, we are not. That's a shame. That's a shame. But we could put a medium in, I think. No, can't. No, medium. Yeah, we'll put a medium in. Yep, just to the end there. Okay, so a floor. Thank you, floor. It's been an honour and a privilege to have served with you. Nicely done, everybody. Nicely done. Now, we're going to stay with the same triple lift from 71. Triple lift 71. Triple lift 71. And of course we don't actually need the lift because these guys can walk across. And get the lift. But we're going to have one anyway because that's what we do. 71. 71. Right. Very good, everybody. Oh, Look at the rooftop terrace. Come on. Look at the... Why have we got a stupid crane at the top of our building? Guys, but that's it. There is no more. Actually, is there no more? Oh. This is the outside. This is outside the construction sector. Right, fine. Well, take the crane away. Nobody wants a crane. Look at that, though. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Look at that. Wow. I didn't put table and chairs in. Aww. Aww. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, let's just have a look at something here for a second. We got this radio tower thing, right? Which we can put in, which goes up that high. So how many high is that high? That's 8 floors. That's a lot of floors. So it means when we get to 92, we want to think about putting this guy in. Okay. But I do like that. Can you build anything in there? I wonder if you can build anything in there. No, it's just a bridge. Just a bridge. But look at it. It's a fancy bridge. It's the sort of bridge that everybody would want in their home. 3 small. Okay, so 3 small. So we've got 3 small. So might be interesting because I'm not quite sure how the 3 small are going to go. 1, 2. Was it 3 small with 2 gap, right? Yes, it was. And then that stuff. The fire door. Waiting room. Now, this is where it might get a bit tricky because I don't know that we're going to get the 3 in here. Oh, yes we are. Yes we are. That was very good. Actually, I was very happy that that fitted in there. Okay. Looking neat and tidy over there, and I like the penthouse up here. Haven't built our amenities here, which we need to make this the U-Butte thing that it could be. But that's okay. I wonder, can you put a rooftop terrace under? Oh, you can. You can build rooftop terrace across a roof under a bridge, and people can come and enjoy the rooftop terrace. Oh, that's fantastic. I wonder if you can put it there. Ooh. Is there going to be excitement? Ah, you can't put it on top of a bridge. Well, that makes sense, I suppose. But that's cool. You can have it in there. Oh, that's neat. I like that. Okay. Now, over here in the world of, so we got another. We put nothing in here but big offices. I mean, seriously. Okay. Well, I think we should keep doing that because it works. And you know what they say about stuff that works? You don't? Well, let me tell you that it's particularly exciting. All right, fire door, and security. Now that is something we haven't put in for a while in our apartment blocks. We haven't added security. Obviously not a major call at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is there only 4? Oh, Sky Lobby. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That might be what could be officially described as a plan coming together. This is just like, got the template, bung it together. Prefab building facilities. Okay, so far, that's a good thing. The door of firing. And followed by the camera of security. All nicely rounded off with a 2-by lift, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently I'm mistaken. What are you? Why is it not talking to me? Okay, hold on. It's not talking to me. I am... Oh, 2-by big lift. Yes'm. Big boy. $10,000 a floor. I'm going to have to go with that's not cheap. Okay, but that's good. How are we doing over here? Oh, it's looking pretty good. Now, we need to get up to the first service level floor anyway. 1, 2. So we should do that. 1. The big. 2, 3. One, two, three. Okay, all right. Let's just finish this off neat and tidy. Neat and tidy. Right, now, now there's an interesting concept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What a great concept that is. Oh, production at its absolute finest. Okay, put the lift, 3-by lift. Yep, right up there. Did that? Okay, cool. So, no, I've done it wrong again. Okay, it's this one. It's this one. 2 mediums and a sound barrier. 2 mediums and a sound barrier. 2 mediums and a sound barrier. Cool. Ah! Wrong button. Don't press buttons you're not supposed to. Okay, now how are we doing over here? I still look at that. It's like that's the end of the world and we're here. We made it to the top. P for Men Only magazine, Penthouse. Very nice. Very. Ooh, what's going on down here? Oh, we haven't done some condominiums. What have we got in the condominiums? Oh, we've got 3 of each. We could stick in some condos. Maybe some big ones. And then 2 small ones. And a medium. There you go. Well, we've certainly created... Oh, look at that. I like that. Yeah. Oh, we've even got a dude out there. Well done. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. I think that's definitely got to be a thumbnail, right? Right. We've got rooftop gardens. And everyone who goes out there, no stress. The stress just falls away. The cares and worries of the everyday vanish in a purple haze. It's great. Love the purple haze. Hit bump, hit bump, hit bump, hit bump. Right, we could do another one up there. And with the other one, comes, you'll all be very surprised to know, something on the order of balconies. Very nice. Okay, but these balconies aren't great because they happen to be right in the middle of everybody else. Going pretty well. I'm very happy. Let's just have a look at. There it is. Holy dooly! Look what we built. Oh man, that's a lot. That's a lot of construction. Actually, it'd be interesting to know. We've got $31 million in the bank, but it would be really interesting to know how much we actually spent building. I wonder if there is a thing that keeps that list of all rooms, list of elevators, people, skills, stats. What have stats got to say for us? Oh, balance sheet. Now, what does this mean? Cost versus income. Well, that tells me we lost 876,000. No? Yeah, we lost 876,000. Okay, but that's the balance sheet. Satisfaction, rental income, other revenue, maintenance costs, visitors' rooms, daily audit. Right, interesting balance sheet. Last 30, I'd like to know how much I've spent in total. Satisfaction. Yeah. Oh, it's, ooh, look at that. It's well and truly over 95. That's got to be good, right? Rental income. Look at the rental income. $1.06 million a day. Holy dolly. Other revenue. Woof. Oh, something dropped off. Wow, the other revenue has plummeted. Oh, that's 24 hours. Hang on. Yeah, it's very cyclical, isn't it? Wonder what causes that. And visitors. Last 30 days. 1817. It's going, varies quite a bit, doesn't it? Whoa, look at that. Oh, that was probably when we had the guy from the biohazards place. Yeah. Now that is interesting. We have 16% offices, 27% apartments, 1% restaurants, 9% shops, 21% hotel, 1% attractions, and 25% service facilities. Isn't that interesting? Apartments and hotel rooms and offices are, in fact, I reckon offices are the easiest to build and the lowest attention to being needy that you can possibly get. And interesting. I wonder if you could build a building or a complex that just had one type of room in it. I don't think you would, because I think it would take the flavour out of the game, really. But it's an interesting idea. And there are quite a few different ways you could do this. You could basically just have one huge block with no gaps between them, like just one huge block, and have sections for hotels and sections for offices and all that sort of thing. Would be kind of like we did over here, where we had people who were suffering from lots of noise, but down the bottom here we had retail all the way up to a certain level, and then we switched to apartments. We did keep everything isolated and separated by having them in, their own towers, more or less, but retail we spread out a bit. And the condominiums, I mean, well, we've got condominiums, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that long term they add that much to the game. Certainly there are fire and forget. You want a quick shoot to your bank balance, but in terms of, generating revenue through the game, they're not primary, I feel. And of course we could have done a lot of other different things by putting these service facilities in different locations and actually not breaking up floors, but just putting them in floors where they had regular stuff as well, so that we didn't waste space. We certainly could have made our complex much more effective in terms of the space it used, and therefore much more effective in the revenue that it got us. That certainly is something we could have done. I'm not so sure we would have enjoyed it any more than this one. But there's the moon working its way across the rooftop of the world. I'm pretty okay with what we've done to this point. But certainly now that we've played the game once, if we do it again, we could come up with some pretty nifty ideas and change things around a bit, make it a lot more interesting. And I certainly think that I would be having more of these bridges everywhere, because I really like the look of them, especially if you get it set up like this where you've got balconies. So you could have, I suppose what you could have is, no, I won't start rambling on, otherwise I'll be here all day. But we've got a lot done. We certainly are very pleased at the moment, having made it up here to the penthouse level. And he's got stress. He's got stress waiting for a lift. But they told me that if you walked into the rooftop garden, you lost all your stress. But obviously you get it back when you go to leave. But there you go. Oh gosh, look at these guys. Wow, okay. I'm still not happy with the lifts. I haven't got the lifts anywhere near where I want them to be. I think I disagree a little bit with how the lifts are actually set up. But, you know, I'm not a developer, so that's fine. They just work differently in Australia, at least all the ones I've come across anyway. But nice game. And I think what we should do is just finish off over here by bringing this to the point where we get to the next, we'll put in one level of service, or 2 service levels, then we'll go and we'll start heading towards, I think, a rooftop for this one, because I do want to use the radio tower and the solar panels, and I am really keen, because I know I'm really keen on them, in putting in some more of these rooftop gardens. Rooftop gardens? Rooftop terraces, sorry. Not rooftop gardens, rooftop terraces. So that's what we'll be doing in our next episode, ladies and gentlemen. And in fact, I might do what I did with this one and go off camera and complete this build over here, ready to do the rooftop when we come back on camera in episode 54. So stay well until you return to the Gig channel, which I hope will be soon. And as always, I'll see you all later. Bye.